Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome into Kindred, North Dakota on Monday, June 29th, where we are gearing up for a District 7 Babe Ruth baseball doubleheader. It'll be a single 7-inning league game, which we will air here on your live event, followed by a 5-inning non-league game. This will feature the visitors on the scoreboard, a team that comes to Kindred with a 14-4, an impressive 14-4 record. It's the Valley City Kings coming to Kindred to take on the home team, a team with, again, an impressive record of 10-2, the home team, the Kindred Vikings. It's the Valley City Kings who are 14-4 coming to Kindred to take on the 10-2 Kindred Vikings in a key District 7 Babe Ruth baseball matchup. Once again, there is a 7-inning league game, which we will air here on your live event, followed by a 5-inning non-league game. It should be a very exciting game. We're going to preview why we think that in just a moment, but want to welcome everybody in on your live event to Kindred, North Dakota. I am Josh Almaris, and I am joined alongside by Mike Bernier. Mike, how's it going over there?
Very good. It's one of those really hot days, which I love, and it's going to be a fun day to watch some baseball. It's a fun day to broadcast some baseball, and it's a good day to come out to the ballpark and enjoy the concession stand, get some ice cream, other treats in there. Great day for baseball.
Absolutely. 84 degrees, feels like 94 because of the 80% humidity in the air. Winds at 13 miles an hour out of the south-southeast, but no doubt, once you get outside, you feel that heat, but it's certainly easy to manage and certainly hard to ever hear that it's not a good day for baseball. So I agree with you completely there. Mike, this is an interesting matchup. The Valley City Kings come to town 14-4, taking on the Kindred Vikings. If you look at the District 7 standings, it's really a three-headed race right now for who's going to be the top team. Central Cass or the Castleton Black Stockings right now have gotten 10 run by Valley City. Valley City has played Kindred and gotten 10 run by Kindred, and Kindred played the Castleton Black Stockings and got 10 run by them. So very interesting up top in District 7.
It's very, very unpredictable, which is what great baseball is all about. So it'll be interesting to see who wins tonight, and this is a big game for both teams.
Yeah, whoever wins this is really in the driving seat for that one seed. Like we said, Valley City is 14-4. Simply put, they've beaten almost everybody they've played. Their only losses have come to the Kindred Vikings. The Kindred Vikings beat them 16-6 in the league game and 7-0 in the non-league game. And then they also lost to a very good Wahpeton 14-year-old team and Northern Cass, which was a surprise loss. Northern Cass defeating Valley City 4-1. The Vikings have also beaten almost everybody they have played, including this Valley City team. But they have two losses to the Castleton Black Stockings, 11-1 in the league game and 8-7 in the non-league game. But as we said, an interesting situation where Valley City lost to Kindred, but they beat Castleton, no problem. Kindred beat Valley City, but they had big problems with Castleton. So should be a very interesting game here in Kindred. And once again, a game with serious standing complications as we enter one of the final games for these Babe Ruth teams in the month of June. We're going to step away for about 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll take a look at our final notes before we get into the starting lineups. Come on back in about 2 minutes.
Anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred as we are gearing up for, again, a District 7 key Babe Ruth matchup. Three teams have sort of floated to the top, and two of those teams are out here tonight. It's the Valley City Kings, the Kindred Vikings, that are going to duke it out in a 7-inning league game, and then follow that up with a 5-inning non-league game. Fun week here for games in Kindred on your live event. The next game, if you're itching for more baseball action on your live event, will be tomorrow at noon. It's a noon opening pitch as the Legion B team will play host to the Bismarck Americans. Bismarck comes to Kindred tomorrow, a very good Bismarck American team to take on the Kindred Legion B team. That'll start at noon, so if you're looking for baseball action here, come on out at noon. If not, watch on your live event. Mason Almers will have the call, and he'll be excited to provide some your live event coverage for the Legion B. On Wednesday, it'll be Mason again who calls a 5:30 Legion B. Legion B will host Jamestown, so you can stop on out for some Legion B action either tomorrow at noon or Wednesday at 5:30, as the Legion B will host Bismarck Americans Tuesday and Jamestown on Wednesday, noon and 5:30 for those opening pitches. Thursday, the same Babe Ruth team that you see on the field now will play host to the Castleton 14-year-old team, and that's a noon start leading into the 4th of July weekend. So lots of action in Kindred. If you're looking for some baseball, you can also check it out on your live event, and all of these games are archived as well. Mike, you're not going to be at any of them because you and I are headed out west for Legion A baseball.
Yeah, should be fun, some fun matchups, and we played Devil's Lake and Hillsboro over the next couple of days, and should be some fun American Legion A baseball.
Legion A, the Vikings head to Devil's Lake to play a very, very good Devil's Lake baseball team tomorrow night at 5:30, a couple of 7-inning counters for the Legion A team. And then on their way back, they'll play Hillsboro Central Valley on Wednesday starting at 3 in 2 non-league games. So lots of baseball action as we head into the 4th of July week, an exciting time of the summer for people to enjoy the birthday celebration of our country's independence. So fun stuff in store. Mike, you got any big 4th of July plans?
Yeah, going on a little vacation, a little lake time, and we should have some fun.
Well, on the field right now, you can see the umpires gearing up for their final remarks. It'll be behind the plate. Home plate umpire will be Bryce Whipple, and on the bases will be Josh Michelson. When they finish up their meeting, we will be prepared and ready for opening lineups. We'll step away for 30 seconds to a minute, and when we come back, we will have those starting lineups for you. See you in about 30.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
All right, fans, here we are. Paul Quislen about to call out the Valley City Kings onto the field. He's our public address announcer, and first out will be the non-starters, number 21, Beck Dietrich, number 0, Kason Zimba, 16, Braden Schultz, number 50, Camden Amon. Those 4 young men are on the field, and now the first starter is the pitcher, number 4, Eli Praska. He's followed by the 2-hitter and left fielder, number 26, Riley Rolfsema. The 3rd hitter, playing shortstop, will be number 7, Tegan Cleveguard, and the cleanup man is number 19, first baseman Amari Ronsberg. Hitting 5th and stepping out onto the field now is number 34, the center fielder Garrett Govan. Batting 6th will be number 22, the catcher Christian Modlin. The 7-hitter, number 24, second baseman Lincoln Berg. The 8-hitter is third baseman number 33, Brecken Thornton, and rounding things out is the right fielder number 9, Camden Larson. Valley City is coached by TJ Hansen and Ross Berg, and once again they come to town with a 14-4 record to try and avenge a loss that they received from the Kindred Vikings in Valley City earlier this season. Now we'll draw our attention to the home team, the Kindred Vikings. They are 10-2. Non-starters include Oliver Stroh, Ben Sanders, and Jaden Rude. And the first man onto the field, starter number 11, leadoff man, shortstop Bristol Swanson. He's followed by number 4, second baseman Beckett Westby. And the pitcher, number 25, Jet Johnson. Cleanup man will be number 2, the catcher Cam Kittleson. He'll be followed by number 19, 5-hitter right fielder Evan Olschlager. Batting 6, wearing number 25 and playing left field is Jagger Jordheim, followed by the third baseman number 44, Sawyer Olson. The designated hitter number 20, Briar Gibbon, and the first baseman number 22, Everett Anderson. Hitting the field right now for defensive purposes is number 1, the center fielder, Anders Huseman. Once again, he'll be DH for by Briar Gibbon. Vikings are coached by Nicholas Eggman and Mason Almaris. It should be a great matchup here in Kindred. Valley City Kings versus Kindred Vikings. Come on back for opening pitch.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
All right, baseball fans, we're excited for some District 7 League action here, a big game that will feature the Valley City Kings and the Kindred Vikings. Let's do a once around the horn for the Vikings. Even though you just heard them come out onto the field, it's nice to hear it again. At first is Everett Anderson, second base is Beckett Westby, and third is Sawyer Olson. The shortstop for the Vikings, Bristol Swanson. Out in the outfield, left to right, Jagger Jordheim, Anders Huseman, and Evan Olschlager. Catching for the Vikings is Cam Kittleson, and on the mound is arguably their ace, Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson, a very capable and impressive young man. He has so far this year pitched 9 innings. He is 2-0, only given up 1 hit in those 9 innings, no earned runs, so his ERA is 0. He has only walked 2 and struck out 12, so certainly a guy who is going to pound the zone and someone that the Vikings are very excited about, not only tonight, but in his future. Who will try to defeat Jet Johnson? The Valley City Kings will attack him in this offensive fashion. Eli Praska, Riley Rolfsema, and Tegan Cleveguard. Cleanup man is Amari Ronsberg. The 5-hitter is Garrett Govan. Christian Modlin is the 6-hitter. And then 7, 8, 9 are Lincoln Berg, Brecken Thornton, and Camden Larson. A very capable Valley City offensive lineup and a fantastic shutdown pitcher in Jet Johnson. Something's got to give. What will it be?
It all starts out on the mound, Josh, and here we go, pitcher against pitcher.
Here's the first pitch. Yep, it's 1 versus 1. 5:57 is the time of that first pitch. And it's a ball fouled straight back by Eli Praska. Praska is the pitcher for Valley City, and he wears number 4, so it's 1 versus 1. Here's a pop-up over the press box here, and quickly 0-2 to Eli Praska. Praska, a very capable leadoff man, tall in stature. One might say a little lanky. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Jet Johnson works 2 foul balls and then gets a swing and a miss off of Praska. Looked like maybe a little bit of a slider. Maybe he slowed the pace a little bit of that third pitch up, as he should have, because Praska had fouled 2 back. Here's number 26, the left fielder, Riley Rolfsema. Here's a foul ball and another strike from Jet Johnson.
4 pitches, 4 strikes for Jet.
He is known for pounding the zone. Picked up his 13th strikeout of the season in Praska. Here's a lazy pop fly just to the right side of the field, and Everett Anderson can't handle that. It's going to be E3 as Everett Anderson went back to his left, but was really going back slowly instead of getting to a point and trying to catch that. So Riley Rolfsema going to reach on that error. And it's going to bring up the 3-hitter, shortstop, Tegan Cleveguard. Ball gets by the catcher, Cam Kittleson, and Riley Rolfsema is going to get to second on what I'm going to call a pass ball. So a little bit of sloppiness out of the Vikings here. Jet Johnson was pounding strikes, and then a drop ball at first and a pass ball, and Rolfsema stands on second with just 1 out, but Cleveguard swings and misses at that pitch, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch, ball, down and out.
We'll see how Jet Johnson responds here, because from his perspective and a coach's perspective, he got that second out.
No doubt about it. This is where you want to see him pick up his teammates, and there's another pass ball off the glove of Cam Kittleson, and if this continues, Rolfsema is going to reach home. A couple things the Vikings need to clean up here. Amari Ronsberg waits on deck. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike pitch here coming from Jet Johnson to Tegan Cleveguard. Johnson delivers, swing, and effectively at first base is Amari Ronsberg. Second base is Lincoln Berg, and third base is Brecken Thornton. Shortstop for the Kings is Tegan Cleveguard, and out in the outfield is Riley Rolfsema, Garrett Govan, and Camden Larson. Catching is Christian Modlin, and on the bump is number 4, Eli Praska. We talked about him earlier as the leadoff man. Eli Praska, a lanky, tall right-hander for the Kings. He will face, in order, Bristol Swanson, who takes a ball, then Beckett Westby and Jet Johnson. Cam Kittleson is the cleanup man, followed by Evan Olschlager and Jager Jordheim. Here's the 1-0. This ball is hit out to left field. It's going to be foul. Can the left fielder make a play? And he cannot. Rolfsema out there, unable to get to that foul ball. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. 7, 8, 9 guys for the Vikings are Sawyer Olson, Briar Gibbon, and Everett Anderson. Bristol Swanson, a very good leadoff man, doing things that a leadoff man typically will. He leads with 21 runs, 17 stolen bases, and 6 hit by pitches. You want your leadoff man to get on base, which he does, and wreak havoc. He has a .462 batting average and a .611 on base percent, so he is very successful in that leadoff spot. Now he's in a 2-2 bind here against Eli Praska. Once again, Beckett Westby and Jet Johnson are the 2-3 hitters. Here's the 2-2. A curveball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Bristol going to make him throw it, and the throw is successful as Christian Modlin picks up that ball and throws it over to Amari Ronsberg. It's a K, and it's Praska's first strikeout of the day. Eli Praska, a strikeout pitcher with decent control. He gets Beckett Westby to swing through that one, and it's 0-1. Beckett Westby also leading many of the offensive categories. .519 batting average leads the team. 14 hits leads the team, and 8 RBIs leads the team as he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. He has an impressive .618 on base percent, and both Bristol and Beckett have only struck out 2 times this year. Bristol just picked up his third. Beckett Westby hoping to fight through an 0-2 here. And he strikes out for the 3rd time. That's impressive that both Eli Praska is able to pick up those strikeouts and that Beckett and Bristol almost always put the ball in play. And weren't able to do it here today to start the bottom of the 1st inning. Now comes Jet Johnson, the pitcher, versus the pitcher, Eli Praska. There's a strike taken.
Remember, Josh, there's only the starting pitchers, or any pitcher, is only allowed 95 pitches as a maximum per day.
Here is pitch number 10 coming from Praska, and that is outside, moving the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. He now has 10 in the books, 14 for Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson, a .364 hitter with a .543 on base percent. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jet Johnson. And here's the full windup. It's fouled back and out of play. We'll do it again.
So where I was going with that pitch count is both teams have their aces out there, arguably their aces out there. The higher you get their pitch count, the less they're going to go into the game and complete that 7-inning frame.
No doubt about that. And what do they have waiting in the wings? There's a ball in the dirt. It'll move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And as you mentioned, every error, every extra base runner that you give them is just more pitches for that starting pitcher. And more likely they're not able to finish that game.
Here's the 2 ball, 2 strike count to Jet Johnson. Ball taken outside. It'll run the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Both teams pretty deep with pitching. Govan, a good pitcher for Valley City. Hansen, a good pitcher. The Vikings have Sawyer Olson and a collective group of others that can come in here. And this is taken outside. It's going to be ball 4 to Jet Johnson. And that'll bring up the 4-hitter catcher, number 2, Cam Kittleson. Courtesy runner, Oliver Stroh, comes in for Jet Johnson. So courtesy running is Oliver Stroh. And Cam Kittleson going to be at the plate here as Stroh comes in and gets the signs from the man in all white on third, head coach Nicholas Eggman. Eggman already not happy about something.
I don't think Oliver Stroh was getting the sign from his coach. He wasn't looking over there.
So you're telling me that Coach Eggman doesn't just want to do the signs for show. He wants his players to look at him when he's doing the signs. Is that right, Mike?
The signs aren't for me.
Okay, all right. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a ball taken low, and it'll go 2 balls, no strikes. It's Oliver Stroh now hears something from Coach Mason. Cam Kittleson, a .345 hitter with a .400 on base percent, 15 runs scored, and 11 stolen bases. Praska works a 2-0 pitch to Kittleson. Oliver Stroh is off, and it's swung on and fouled back by Cam Kittleson. So Stroh will have to come back, and the count will run 2 balls, 1 strike.
You got two somewhat veteran umpires. You got Josh Michelson out on the base paths and Bryce Whipple, the younger of the 2 veteran umpires. I wonder if there was some conversation like, Bryce, you go ahead and take the first game.
Yeah, Bryce, I would be reluctant to call veteran. He's green and young, but he's done games this year, to your point. So.
Well, I meant to say Josh Michelson being the veteran umpire, taking advantage of the younger umpire, saying you go behind the plate with that mask.
Yep, that's right. Oliver Stroh steals second, and the throw goes out to center, so Oliver Stroh is going to get an opportunity to get to third. Throw's coming to third, and Stroh is going to slide in there safely. So Stroh stole second, and then the errant throw out to the outfield, probably call that an E2, allows Stroh to go to third. It's a ball taken by Cam Kittleson, and both teams now in similar positions with a man on third base. Riley Rolfsema was left at third in the top of the first. What will happen with Oliver Stroh at third with Cam Kittleson at the plate? Praska with a high kick. Would have been probably a ball up in the zone, but Kittleson thought it was too close to take, which is a wise decision, and he swings that and fouls that back so he can live to see another day.
I like that. I like protecting the plate, and I like not leaving it up to the umpire.
No doubt about that. I agree. Here's the 3-2. And this ball shot out to the second baseman. A hard one hopper that he does field cleanly, and it's a hard, loud out, but Lincoln Berg saves a run by snaring that and then throwing it on to Ronsberg. That was a big play there as Lincoln Berg held his own, caught the hard one hopper, and threw it on to first base. So the Vikings get no runs on no hits. They leave one man on base. There was one Valley City error, and after one complete, it remains 0-0.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A big District 7 matchup that features the Valley City Kings taking on the Kindred Vikings. First inning was very similar for both teams. They both had runners on third that both got around to third via errors, and both teams left that runner at third, so we're knotted up at zeros here going into the second inning. In the top of the second inning, Valley City will send their 5, 6, 7 hitters, Garrett Govin, Christian Modlin, and Lincoln Berg, to the plate. Immediately, Garrett Govin gets a fastball and hammers that out to left field, so it's a leadoff single off the bat of Garrett Govin. That's only the second hit given up this season by Jet Johnson. He has now pitched 10 innings and only given up 2 hits, but to Govin's point, Jet Johnson will pump strikes, and he got one that he liked and hit that out to left quickly. Now up to bat is number 22, the catcher, Christian Modlin.
When you have a pitcher that throws nothing but strikes, you might as well jump on that first pitch if you can, if it's there, because that might be the best pitch you see.
Especially if he's got a good mix with which Jet Johnson has, and you find a pitch you like. Govin also a threat to steal. This is a strike taken on the outer corner. It'll be 0-2 to Modlin. Garrett Govin's sister, a very good trackster for Valley City High School. Govin name, one we're very familiar with in the track world, as here's a ball taken up high. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Christian Modlin. We'll see if Garrett Govin is given a sign for some movement here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Govin stays at first, and this ball's chopped over to the shortstop, Bristol Swanson. He lets it eat him up, and it's an error and going to go out in the left center field. Throw's going to go to back to Bristol Swanson, and Govin hustles all the way over to third base. Modlin going to reach on that error, and it'll be first and third. Modlin, the catcher, going to be lifted for a courtesy runner. Govin is going to be on third. The courtesy runner is going to be number 0, Kason Zimba.
That's another frustrating at-bat for the pitcher, because you get the ground ball, and we're wondering, is it going to be 2, or is we just going to get the 1 out? And instead, we get 0. Now there's runners at first and third with nobody down.
And it's Lincoln Berg who bats with a key opportunity for the Kings. He's the second baseman, wears number 24. He's going to show bunt. Runner goes to second, and no throw. Maudlin going to pick up the stolen base there. With second and runners on second and third, this ball is hit out to the second baseman, who almost drops that. Comes in, and the out is recorded as Beckett Westby. The ball is carrying out to that right side, so when Everett Anderson dropped his, certainly it might have looked like it was coming right at him, and same thing almost happened to Beckett Westby, but he was able to recover. The ball goes up, and it's going to carry with that nice, 10 to 15 mile an hour wind pushing it out there. Brecken Thornton now is going to bat with a key opportunity for Valley City.
The wind certainly will be a factor throughout this game. The wind is blowing pretty hard from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole.
Zimba on second, Govan on third. Up to bat is Brecken Thornton, and he has a 2-0 count. Thornton, the 8 hitter. He'll be followed by the 9 hitter, Camden Larson, barring a non-double play ball. Swing and a miss there by number 33, Brecken Thornton, and that moves the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Jet Johnson on the mound. Here's the pitch. He works quickly, and it's strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Johnson was in a 2-0 hole, and he quickly has erased that. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes for Thornton, and the best friend for the Vikings right now would be a Jet Johnson strikeout. Can he get it? It's a foul ball. Thornton stays alive. Brecken Thornton does a good job there of what we had talked about earlier. Cam Kittleson not putting the call in the hands of the home plate umpire. Here's the 2-2. We'll do it again. That one's a little bit low. And Brecken Thornton putting together a very nice at-bat. What's going to happen here? Jet Johnson, another foul ball. Brecken Thornton not gonna make it easy on the Vikings. If Thornton can put this into play, there's a very good chance that Govan will score from third. This is pitch number 7 coming of the at-bat, and it's fouled off again. So, boy, oh boy, Brecken Thornton now has seen 7 pitches. He'll see 8. Check that. This is the 9th pitch because he's fouled off 2 with a full count, and this ball taken outside, and Brecken Thornton with a very, very hard-earned walk there. And that'll bring up the 9 hitter, number 9, right fielder Camden Larson. A very rare walk, only the 3rd walk issued this year by Jet Johnson. But in his defense, Brecken Thornton did a fantastic job at the plate. It's Camden Larson now up to bat with the bases loaded. He hits this one right up near the press box. And just like that, Jet Johnson has a strike to Camden Larson. 1 out here, bases loaded, top of the 2nd. Big moment in this game. That ball gets by Cam Kittleson, but not far enough to advance the runners, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Hot day here in Kindred. Hot and humid. Here's the 1-1. Strike on the outer upper part of the plate. Eli Praska waits on deck. He's the leadoff man. Struck out in the 1st. Camden Larson on batting now, just a little bit inside. It's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big moment early on in this game. Pitch 36 for Johnson already. He gets a swing and a miss from Camden Larson, and it's strikeout number 4 for Jet Johnson and the Vikings.
I tell you what, 2 innings in a row. If the Vikings get out of here without allowing a run at all, that's a huge win. Even if they allow 1 or 2 runs here, that's still a big win.
Everything would be unearned from here because that should have been the 3rd out. As it is, it's Eli Praska who bats on an 0-1 count. This will be pitch 38 for Jet Johnson. As I said earlier, Eli Praska struck out in the 1st. This ball is chopped over to the right side and foul, just by about a foot. As that's one of the reasons baseball can be called the game of inches. If that falls, that's scoring at least 2, if not 3, Valley City King runs. Instead, it's an 0-2 count and a huge pitch coming to Praska. Little bit up there as Jet Johnson goes to the curveball. Misses it high. But he does not want to give Praska something too good. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Jet Johnson wiggles himself out of a major jam. The Valley City Kings get no runs on one hit. There was one Viking error and 3 Valley City Kings left on base after 1 1/2 inning of play. It's all knotted up at 0. Come on back for the bottom of the second.
Your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's been an action-packed inning and a half, but nobody's scratched the surface. See if the Vikings can do it here in the bottom of the second with their 5, 6, 7 hitters. Evan Olschlager swings and misses at that first pitch. He'll be followed by Jagger Jordheim and Sawyer Olson. If it goes to 8-9, it's Briar Gibbon and Everett Anderson. Praska, tall right-handed pitcher for Valley City. Throws that one on the outside lower part of the strike zone, and he has an 0-2 count working against Evan Olschlager. Olschlager hitting .444 this year. Here's the 0-2, a curveball down in the dirt and taken low for a ball, moving the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Praska agrees with his battery mate and begins his windup. He throws that one high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, Christian Modlin, the catcher for Valley City. Eli Praska agrees with him again, and it's the 2-2 coming. Ball outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Did you say it was 80% humidity?
I said 80% humidity, that is correct.
Feels like 280% humidity.
I don't disagree with you there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one taken just a little bit up. And Evan Olschlager going to maybe get a break there and earn a leadoff walk. Jagger Jordheim coming to the plate. You know, you hear about people going to Arizona, Mike, and they say it's 190 degrees out, but it's a dry heat. That's okay. Yeah. This is not a dry heat here today.
Yeah.
This is a very wet heat. In fact, at baseball practice this morning, I asked Paul Quiz, here goes Evan Olschlager. He's going to attempt stealing second base, and he's going to slide in safely as that ball goes out to center field. Boy, if that ball could have been reeled in by the shortstop, Tegan Cleveguard, it would have been a close play, but Cleveguard not able to get the throw. It was up the baseline, and Modlin threw that a little bit too far for Cleveguard to get. So another opportunity with men in scoring position in this game, as it's Jagger Jordheim who gets a chance here. And this ball's going to go to the backstop. Wild pitch, going to move Olschlager up to third. Anyway, at practice this morning, we were hitting ground balls, and you hit the ground ball in the grass, and it was spinning up water. And I said, did we get rain last night or what? And Quiz said, no, that is the humidity simply leaking all over the grass. So we had wet balls despite no rain until about 10:15. Here's the 2-0. Ball high, 3-0.
This is what you like to see out of the Kindred hitters after Jet Johnson throws 26 pitches in that top frame without allowing a run. Give your pitcher and a catcher a break.
Here's a ball, 3-0 hit behind the pitcher and kind of in the Bermuda Triangle as Jordheim's going to get away with a 3-0 swing that he did not exactly crush. However, it will be an RBI single as it's going to drive in Olschlager, as you couldn't have went out there and dropped it in a better spot. Jordheim reaches, it's an RBI single, and now it's Sawyer Olson who's going to bat. Jordheim also has wheels. We'll see if he takes off. He does not. Strike taken by Sawyer Olson.
That's one way to break up a no-hitter, is to hit that 60-foot blooper right behind the mound, in between the infielders and no man's land, get that hit.
0-1 here to Olson. Jordheim does take off here. Now the throw is right on the money, but he did get him. I didn't think that maybe he got the tag down in time. It's going to be a 2-4 putout of Jagger Jordheim. Modlin throws on to Berg. The ball beat him. I just didn't think that maybe he swung that tag around in time. As it is, the Kings get a break and Jordheim is retired.
Well, I failed at my duties. I didn't get the camera over there in time, so nobody got to see it.
Olson going to hit this to the shortstop. It's Cleveguard who fields and throws successfully over to Ronsberg, and it's a 6-3 putout. I'm going to say I liked Jordheim's aggressiveness with 3-0. Just maybe didn't like that he mishit that ball. Worked out. The result was exactly what the Vikings wanted.
Yeah, when you get a 3-0 count, you'd like to see if they're going to hack. You'd like to see them barrel one up.
Yes, no doubt about it. But the Vikings strike first. They've got Evan Olschlager in. They bat now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. It's Briar Gibbon, the 8-hitter and designated hitter, hitting .259 on the year. Hitting with nobody on and 2 outs. He takes a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Praska going to throw his 39th pitch. Jet Johnson has 40, so these two pitchers are very even when it comes to pitch count. That's a ball taken outside. And Briar Gibbon going to see his count run to 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the full windup from Praska. And he sure did go. I thought that was pretty clear there, as 2 balls, 2 strikes now, the count to Gibbon. He chased there. Everett Anderson waits on deck. Here's the 2-2. Ball high. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I do like that Bryce Whipple asked for help rather than just calling it for himself. Just, hey, get another opinion. Did he go?
Here's the 3-2 pitch. I'll tell you a funny story about that, and I'll be able to now because Gibbon draws the walk. Last night I was watching the Yankees-Boston game. Jazz Chisholm might be one of my least favorite players in the Major League.
Of all time.
Maybe of all time. Seems like you agree with me.
Yeah.
He got called on a strike 3 that he did a check swing. Here's the pitch to Everett Anderson. Ball gets away. Briar Gibbon going to take off for second, and the throw's going to go to second. Second baseman knocks that down, but Briar Gibbon alertly gets to second on that wild pitch, and now he's in scoring position. Anyway, you can see he's not happy. The umpire calls him out. The home plate umpire thought he saw enough to call him out. And the umpire cam immediately goes to Chisholm. And Chisholm immediately is at the ump. So you get this face, right in your face view of Chisholm yelling at the ump. And let's just say that there were definitely some naughty words said. And they were clear as day if you are any kind of a lip reader. The announcers had fun with that. Chisholm did get kicked out of the game.
I was going to say, you can't argue balls and strikes.
Nope.
That includes check swings.
Nope, you cannot. And
well, you can. You're just subject to ejection.
You're exactly right. Yeah, you can with a consequence, of course. Here's the 2-1 to Anderson, taken high, 3 balls, 1 strike. And it was a fantastic game. So the Yankees are getting no hit into the 8th. They get their first hit. They score 2 runs, tie it up. It ends up going 2-2. In extras, the Yankees score 2 runs, and Boston comes back and wins the game at home by scoring 3 runs. They win 5-4 and get a 4-game sweep of the Yankees. That's unheard of in Yankee-Boston matchups. Back to this game, another big pitch coming. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, Everett Anderson up, and Bristol Swanson, the leadoff man, waits in the wings. That's a strike taken right down the middle, and Everett Anderson going to be caught window shopping. He strikes out, but the Vikings do get one run on one hit. They leave one man on base. There were no Valley City errors, and one man left on after 2 innings complete. We have a new score. It's the Vikings 1 and Valley City 0.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
All right, fans, welcome back in. Thanks to all our sponsors out there, including the Knickerbocker, as their ad just went. Thanks to everybody who has made it possible for your live event to cover so many summer baseball games. In this District 7 key matchup, the Vikings lead 1-0. Valley City going to come to bat with their 2-3-4 hitters, Riley Rolfsema, Tegan Cleveguard, and Amari Ronsberg. Jet Johnson going to throw his 41st pitch, as Eli Praska has 47 under his belt. This one's chopped out to shallow right field, kind of going to fall in no man's territory, and it is a fair ball right in front of Evan Olschlager, and right behind Everett Anderson. That's going to be a single, as despite those two hustling after it, it was perfectly placed between them and about 6 inches fair, as base umpire Josh Michelson right on the call there. It's a leadoff single for Rolfsema. Now Tegan Cleveguard going to bat. That gets by Cam Kittleson, and going to be a pass ball that moves Rolfsema to second. Rolfsema did reach in the first on an error, on a fly ball in a similar spot, but he was stranded at third. Rolfsema on for the second time. Vikings going to try to strand him, but now again he is on third base after a wild pitch. So you got anything else about Jazz Chisholm that you'd like to discuss? It seemed like you had a pretty strong disdain for him as soon as I said his name. Foul ball here, going to move the count to 2-1.
There's been a lot of things recently. He's out in the field with a lollipop and things like that, and I don't know what I think about that.
I know what I think about that.
He said he's playing a kid's game and he's just having fun being a kid. Okay, I could deal with that.
Here's a high fly ball in the infield. It's going to be Jet Johnson, who looked like he called it. Everett Anderson and him, nobody goes for it, and it's going to be an error. I'm not in the ballpark of it has to hit someone's glove. That wasn't out. That should have been recorded. I don't know who I'm going to give the error to.
I would give it to the pitcher just because it looked like he called for it. And to me, that's a first baseman's ball, and he should take charge and come in. And I don't care who charges it. As a coach, I've always said I don't care who calls it. And if nobody calls it, there better be players running into each other, giving each other a black eye and stitches, because you're both going for the baseball, and somebody better catch it.
Yeah,
that was always my coaching philosophy anyway.
It did look like Jet called it, and I agree, Everett Anderson should have came in and taken that ball. It's Everett Anderson's ball for sure, but with Jet calling it, Everett might have been tentative, but that's where we talk about priorities. Everett Anderson comes in and calls that ball despite Jet having it. The first baseman has priority over the pitcher, and it should have been Everett Anderson who came and took that ball. Let's go back to more exciting thing in your story about Chisholm.
Chisholm, earlier this season, you can appeal the pitches now and challenge. He took a pitch nearly right down the middle. You talked about a bullseye. If there was a bullseye in the strike zone, the pitch missed about 4 inches to the right of that bullseye, and he challenged it, and they put it right up in the screen, and it was obviously
he was wrong.
he was dead wrong.
Yeah.
And it just kind of cracked me up because it was like, how do you miss a pitch that bad? I mean, nearly right down the middle, still called for a strike.
Cleveguard on first, Rolfsema on third. Cleveguard takes off, and he's going to get to second safely as Cam Kittleson had that ball pop out of his glove. So it's going to be a stolen base for Cleveguard. Rolfsema on third, and Amari Ronsberg up to bat. Valley City had opportunities, none bigger than this one here, as that's a ball taken outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Amari Ronsberg. Rolfsema reached on a single, leadoff single, and then an air. Got Cleveguard on. This ball is going to be chopped to the left side, and Bristol Swanson makes a nice play, throws over to Everett Anderson. Everett Anderson going to throw on to third, and could it be a double play? It's not going to be a double play. But it was a very nice play by Bristol Swanson at shortstop. Going to be an RBI off the bat of Amari Ronsberg. He hits in Rolfsema. Cleveguard takes a chance and gets to third safely. And now it's Garrett Govan, who had a single in the second, trying to give Valley City the go-ahead run. He swings behind that one. Jet Johnson dialed that fastball back and got it right by Garrett Govan. 1 out, 1 on here with a 1-1 game in the third inning. Ball taken high by Garrett Govan. Govan, the center fielder. Where's Kirby Puckett's number? Here's the 1-1. Strike taken. Beautiful pitch there by Jet Johnson. Right on the lower part of the strike zone. Outside corner. A very difficult pitch for Govan to hit. Here's a swing and a miss. And Jet Johnson picks up strikeout number 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Jet Johnson. Now it's up to Christian Maudlin. Maudlin reached on a air to Bristol Swanson. He hit it at the shortstop in the second. Cam Kittleson does a nice job of making sure that ball doesn't get by him. If a ball gets by him, Cleveguard's looking to take advantage of it. It's a ball, 1-0 to Maudlin. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be pitch number 55 for Jet Johnson. Once again, he can get to 95. Here's the 1-1. Ball outside. Tegan Cleveguard doing a great job of working some secondary there on third. Here's the 2-1. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Lincoln Berg waits on deck if his turn should come. Maudlin up to bat. He's the 6 hitter. Jet Johnson sets and delivers the 3-1. Ball taken outside. And again, it's going to be first and third. Maudlin reached on an air in the second and now on a walk in the third. He had a courtesy runner before. Looks like it's going to be one again. Here comes Kason Zimba. Be interesting what Coach Eggman dials up here, as it looked like he had a play on for Zimba, and it didn't get executed the last time Zimba was on. Zimba did steal second base, so there's going to be some action here, I think, with Lincoln Berg up to bat. Will he get? Here goes Zimba. That ball's in the dirt. Kittleson again does not throw it. And Zimba going to reach second on another stolen base.
You could hear Coach Eggman down below said, run it.
Yeah,
meaning run the play that I sent out there.
Here's a ball taken outside, and that is the second time that there's been some frustration with a play being on and it not being. We don't know what the play was, but there was a play on. Here's a 2-0 taken as a strike. It's now 2-1 to Lincoln Berg. Lincoln Berg, the 7-hitter, flew out to second baseman Beckett Westby. Got it up into the air. Beckett Westby looked like he was camped under it, but it kept pushing back. And here's a ball hit to the right side again. Foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brecken Thornton, the 8-hitter, stands on deck. Going to a point you've made earlier, if the Vikings can get out of here with just 1 run scored, that is a win. Valley City going to continue to kick themselves if they don't take advantage of these opportunities that they've been given. Here's the 3-2 outside, and it's going to be a walk to Berg. Going to load up the bases. Berg on first. Zimba running for Maudlin at second. And Cleveguard at third. The 8-hitter up to bat, Brecken Thornton. He walked in the second on a great at-bat. 9 or 10 pitch at-bat that he battled through, fouling ball after ball off. Brecken Thornton looked very comfortable in the box in his last at-bat. There's no place to put him if he does walk. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Moves the count even to 1 ball, 1 strike. Brecken Thornton, the third baseman, wears number 33. Here's the 1-1. It is now 1-2 as he swung and missed at that ball. There's been a lot of big moments in this game. I would say none bigger than this one right now as Brecken Thornton bats with a 1-2 count with 2 outs and the bases loaded. It's a swing and a miss. And Jet Johnson should consider magic work as he's been a magician up on the mound. He's worked out of a lot of different jams. There's been 7 Valley City Kings left on base early on in this game. Valley City, however, does score 1 run in that inning on 1 hit. There was 1 Viking error and 3 men left on base. After 2.5 innings of play, it's Valley City 1, Kindred 1.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred as we are excited to be bringing District 7 Babe Ruth baseball action. It's a great game against, one would argue, 2 of potentially the 3 top teams in District 7. Valley City Kings, Kindred Vikings, and Castleton Blackstockings have all beat up on each other up to this point. Now this is an even game between these, but those are the 3 teams that are on paper, and as the season has progressed, looking like they are creaming to the top. The Vikings gave up a run in the third. We'll see how they answer as they bring the top of the order to the plate. Bristol Swanson, Beckett Westby, and Bristol Swanson looked like he got hit, but apparently did not sell it. He did sell it enough to now get first base. So Bristol Swanson, Beckett Westby, Jet Johnson are going to bat for the Vikings, and Bristol Swanson going to reach on a hit by pitch.
He didn't sell it right away. It took him a while, then he kind of later pointed at his shoulder.
It's his 7th hit by pitch. He leads the team. He also leads the team in stolen bases with 17. I would expect for him to be off for the races quickly here, and he is. Pitch taken as a ball. Swanson slides in. Good arm there by catcher Maudlin. Really good job of Praska getting that ball quickly to home plate. Bristol Swanson just a little too swift on the bases. He's going to swipe stolen base number 18, team leading. And now Beckett Westby up to bat with a 1-0 count and a man in scoring position. He falls that off the helmet of, I believe, home plate umpire Bryce Whipple. Westby struck out in the first, but offensively he leads his team in a variety of categories. .519 batting average, 14 hits, and 8 RBIs. He's looking for a big RBI here. It would be number 9, but in a hole again with 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swanson on second, Jet Johnson on deck, Beckett Westby at the plate. Here's the pitch from Eli Praska. Swing and a miss as Beckett Westby strikes out, and Praska picks up his strikeout number 4. 4 strikeouts from Praska. And now Jet Johnson going to try to give his team the lead. Eli Praska going to try to prevent that as Praska checks second, then kicks and throws that one very high. Jet Johnson walked in the first, stole second, got to third on an error as he stole second. The catcher threw it out to center. Here's the 1-0 to Jet. Ball 2. Cam Kittleson waits on deck for the Vikings. 2 balls, no strikes. Praska checks second and kicks. Here's the pitch. Foul ball, out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
We mentioned this heat earlier, Josh, and I think that's going to come into play here because the pitchers are allowed only the 95 pitches, but it is a lot of work being out there for a lot of pitches throughout an inning.
Yeah,
a lot of sweat.
Absolutely. Here's the 2-1. This ball chopped foul. Vikings have made 3 errors. The Valley City Kings have just made 1. The Kings have 2 hits to the Vikings 1, but we are knotted up at 1 as Valley City's pitcher Eli Praska going to throw his 57th pitch. It's a 2-2 pitch to Jet Johnson. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Johnson, before he could recognize it, is tagged. Very alert play there by Christian Maudlin. Maudlin not only a great job of blocking that, but then picking it up and tagging it, preventing that throw to first, as Swanson no doubt would have been looking to swipe third there. Strikeout number 5 for Praska, and it's up to Cam Kittleson now to drive him in. Swing and foul ball off the bat of Kittleson. Kittleson smoked a 1-hopper right at Lincoln Berg in the first. Lincoln Berg was playing second, did a great job of snaring the hard line drive and saving a run from being scored. Kittleson hoping to lace a ball just like he did last time. Here he swings and misses. This one gets by. Oh, they call it a foul ball. So Bryce Whipple, the home plate umpire, called it a foul ball. Why this matters is because if it is a foul ball, Swanson's going to have to go back to second. He is going to have to go back to second, much to the chagrin of the Vikings and specifically Coach Eggman. But rest easy. If this ball is put into play and it is a single, most likely Bristol Swanson will score from second. Here's the kick and the delivery. It's 0-2, and it's chopped to Praska, who fields it and throws it to the first baseman. There's a little collision at first. Here is, that will be a 1-3 put out as Praska throws on to Ronsberg and ends things here in the third inning. The Vikings get no runs on no hits. They leave 1 man on base. There were no Valley City errors. After 3 complete, we're tied at 1.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the RJ Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the 4th inning, all knotted up at 1. It's Valley City 1, Kindred 1. The Kindred Vikings scored their run in the second, only to see Valley City immediately respond with a run in the third. And then in the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth, in the bottom of the third, it was a 0 spot put back up on the board. The Valley City Kings going to bring to the plate here in the top of the fourth. They're 9-1-2 hitters. Camden Larson, Eli Praska, and Riley Rolfsema. Jet Johnson continue to chuck the ball on the bump. This will be pitch number 68 coming for him. Eli Praska has 60 under his belt. The limit is 95. If you're still super hot and need some sort of refreshment, you might want to consider stopping at the Icewind Brewery in Mapleton, as again, they have made Kindred Youth Baseball their charity of the month. And my math says since it's June 29th and June is the charitable month for Kindred Youth Baseball, you can stop there and round your tab up. The roundup will go to Kindred Youth Baseball, so consider stopping at Icewind Brewery and round up your tab for Kindred Youth Baseball. 2 strikes to Camden Larson, 2 swings and misses. Here's the 0-2, and it's 3 straight swing and misses. Camden Larson has struck out for the second time. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Eli Praska. I want to thank Icewind Brewery. Mike, you and I and a host of other people went out for the June 22nd charitable pint night and had a great time. It was fun over there, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I had the all-meat pizza or 3-meat pizza, and it was very good.
Paul Quislin wants everybody to know that he was there too, which I said you and me because we're talking to each other and a host of others. I don't know if I need to name everyone else. Samantha Almers was also there, and she also had a good time. It's 2 balls now and no strikes. I suppose we should name Wendy was there as well, and the other people maybe don't care to be mentioned, but these two over here, Samantha and Quiz, do. Here's the 2-ball, no-strike pitch to Praska, and it's going to run 3-0 now. Praska struck out in the first, struck out in the second, and now potentially could reach on a freebie if Jet Johnson doesn't find a way to pump some strikes here. Strike taken. Riley Rolfsema waits on deck. Rolfsema has been on base both of the 2 times he's come to the plate. Here's the 3-1 from Jet Johnson to Eli Praska. Ball high, and it's a 5-pitch walk. 1-out walk to Praska brings up Riley Rolfsema. Rolfsema reached on an error in the first, and in the third, had a base hit. In both cases, he got to third. The difference was in the third, he scored off of an RBI from Amari Ronsberg. He hit it in a shallow right field both times. Runner takes off here. Kittleson throws down to second, and that's a bang-bang play in which Praska going to just barely get that left hand into the base in time. It's going to be a stolen base for Eli Praska.
Rolfsema showed bunt. Let's see if he tries to lay one down, get him over to third.
Here's the 1-0 pitch coming. Well, with the way that Rolfsema has been hitting that ball to the right side, I certainly would think it was a fake bunt just to get a little bit of distraction for Praska. Here he falls that one straight back. Both of his hits have come right in that sort of shallow right field, first base area, and both have resulted in him getting on base. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Another ball hit to the right side. Everett Anderson and Beckett Westby going to go for that. Westby calls off Anderson and makes a nice catch. It's going to be an F4, and Rolfsema continues to live on the right side of the field. That'll bring up Tegan Cleveguard. Cleveguard struck out in the first, reached on an error in the third. Again, a pop fly that was not caught. Landed right between Jet Johnson and Everett Anderson on the mound and at first. He bats with a man in scoring position. That ball gets by Cam Kittleson, and now it's Praska who is going to be on third. Pass ball there, Mike?
I think so.
Cleveguard, the 3-hitter, with now an even bigger opportunity. Johnson has done a great job of limiting damage in innings. Here's a swing and a miss. Boy, Cleveguard was behind that pitch. Jet Johnson throwing a hard fastball right by Cleveguard for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 with 2 outs. Nice block by Kittleson. It scoots away from him, but not far enough for the hustling Kittleson to make sure Praska isn't able to hustle anywhere other than back to third.
People ask me sometimes why wild pitches and pass balls matter, and it's a difference between an earned run and not an earned run.
There's a ball taken just a little outside by Cleveguard. It's now 3 balls, 1 strike as Amari Ronsberg waits on deck. Ronsberg has the only RBI in this game. Here's the 3-1 swing and a foul ball. Well, there's been a lot of big moments in this game. I think this classifies as one of those big moments. Pitch number 85 coming for Jet Johnson. Could determine whether he's able to get back out on the mound for the next inning. Here's the 3-2. It's a pitch that's swung on and missed. And Tegan Cleveguard going to strike out. It's strikeout number 9, by Jet Johnson. And it's going to keep this game knotted at 1 in the top half of the 4th inning. Valley City gets no runs on no hits. They leave 1 man on base. There were no Viking errors. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's 1-1.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning in a tight game. 0 for 9 is what I just gathered there. So Kaysen Zimba going to come into the game, going to be out in right field. Yep, that's Kaysen Zimba out in right field.
I didn't know what position he came into play, so I was looking for the 0, and right field is the only position that I can't see from my viewpoint without moving around and looking out the window. So I'm looking around. I can't find a 0. Must be in right field. Sure enough, that's where he's at.
Camden Larson was in right. He was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's going to be now lifted for Kaysen Zimba, who's going to be out in right field. In the bottom of the 4th offensively, the Vikings are going to see what they can do against Eli Praska with their 5, 6, 7 hitters. Evan Olschlager, Jager Jordheim, and Sawyer Olson. Last time was the 2nd inning, and they were successful. Olschlager led off with a walk. He swings and misses here. He then stole 2nd, got to 3rd on a wild pitch, and reached home on an RBI 3-0 single off the bat of Jager Jordheim, just over the head of the pitcher. And that's how the Vikings have scored their run. Here's a swing and a fall back by Olschlager, as Evan Olschlager going to quickly be in an 0-2 hole. Olschlager leads his team with 3 doubles. Again, an impressive 444 and 545 average and on-base percent. He takes that ball just a little bit up and then takes a deep sigh of relief. Good pitch by Praska. You want to make sure that that ball is nowhere in the zone. Here's the 1-2, and that's a ball taken just a little bit low. So Praska trying to paint corners here. Doing a great job of throwing it right on that is it a ball or strike zone. Here's the 2-2, and that ball is taken high and inside. So Praska missing 3 times in a row, but all 3 of those misses by probably a combined 1 inch. As Evan Olschlager now going to see a 3-2 pitch. Here's a fall back by Olschlager, and we're going to do the 3-2 again. Pitch number 7 coming of this at bat. Once again, Evan Olschlager with the only run for the Vikings this game. Here's the 3-2. Another foul ball. This is going to be pitch now number 8 coming to Evan Olschlager. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 68 from Eli Praska. Is it a ball or a strike? It's taken up high, so a very good leadoff walk by Evan Olschlager. 8 pitch at bat in which Evan Olschlager saw himself in an 0-2 hole. And Evan Olschlager on base. He did steal second, but boy, Maudlin has a good arm behind the plate. Jagger Jordheim up to bat. It's a slide step. Maudlin throws down to second, and that ball is going to one-hop the second baseman. Lincoln Berg could not gather it in, so Olschlager going to pick up his second stolen base. It was a strike to Jordheim. First pitch of the at-bat. It's 0-1 to Jagger Jordheim. He shows bunt but pulls back. And it's called a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here. Almost certainly both teams are going to have to go to their bullpen. It's just a matter of when. Here's the 1-1 taken inside to Jagger Jordheim. Vikings will get, they hope to get one more out of Jet Johnson. He's at 85. He can throw 95. That includes finishing his last batter. Praska, this is pitch 72 coming from him. He's yet to record an out here in the bottom of the 4th. This ball chopped to the left side. Third baseman drops it. Can Jagger Jordheim beat it out? He does. And that's going to be an E5. Boy, great base running there by Evan Olschlager. As I can assure you, I've seen in Babe Ruth baseball many times that person take off from second to third and make an easy out. But because he waited and Brecken Thornton took a peek at him, Thornton was not able to watch that all the way into his glove. He dropped it. And now the Vikings have runners on first and second with Sawyer Olson up to bat. Here's the pitch from Praska, a ball taken high and out. Olson grounded out to short in his first at-bat in the second. He's a .222 hitter with a .516 on-base percent. He leads the team in walks. Here's the 1-0. That one gets by Maudlin, the catcher for Valley City, and the Vikings now have runners on second and third. Sawyer Olson looking to do some damage here with nobody out in the 4th inning. Olschlager on third, Jagger Jordheim on second. Sawyer Olson, the 7-hitter, batting with runners on second and third. Infield going to come in for Valley City. Nice lead by Jagger Jordheim. That ball's taken outside and down to the 7'7" Sawyer Olson. Not quite 7'7", but in that vicinity. Here's a 3-0. Taken for a strike. Jagger Jordheim with a healthy lead at second base. Definitely looking to score on a hit here. Evan Olschlager on third. And Sawyer Olson takes that for a ball up high, and now it's going to be bases loaded for the Vikings. So Evan Olschlager with a great leadoff walk. He was 0-2 and then worked 8 pitches, fouled a few off to walk. Jordheim reached on an error, and Sawyer Olson now walks to first to load things up for Briar Gibbon.
Valley City with the infield way in.
Here's Briar Gibbon. That ball blocked beautifully by catcher Christian Maudlin.
Give a good shot here of the infielders. They're playing very much in, and Jagger Jordheim is getting a huge lead off of second base as well.
Here's the 1-0, pitch number 80, ball high to Briar Gibbon. Briar Gibbon, the 8-hitter. He walked in the second, hitting .259 on the year. No doubt Praska wants to go at him, not like that inside, but he wants to throw Gibbon a strike and see what he can do when he puts the bat on the ball. It's 3 balls, no strikes, nowhere to put him. If Briar Gibbon walks, he'll earn an RBI. It's a strike. Praska looks, more to your point, very tired right now, Mike. That heat and pitch 83 combining to cause some issues for Praska. Here's the 3-1. And that ball is taken for ball 4, and it's going to move everybody up 90 feet. Olschlager comes in for the second run for the Vikings. Jordheim goes to second. Jordheim goes to third. Olson goes to second. And Gibbon going to pick up an RBI walk, bringing up the 9-hitter Everett Anderson. Well, another big moment, Mike, because when you give the bottom of the order these freebies like this, it really just allows your top of the order to lick their chops and really be hungry to drive in runs. You don't want to let you don't want to let anybody on base for free, but certainly bottom of the order is adding salt to the wound.
Both Breyer and Everett took an inside fastball and got out of the way. I think they're looking to hit.
Here's Everett Anderson swinging at a 2-0 and putting a healthy hack on it. It fouled straight back. That'll bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's nice when you do get hit and you get that run batted in, but with the bases loaded, you want to drive that ball to the outfield.
Here's a strike taken by Everett Anderson, and Praska doing a nice job of working himself back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch 88 coming. 95 is the max. Nobody out yet in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and that's a huge strikeout for Eli Praska. Picking up strikeout number 6 for Praska. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everett Anderson fell victim to striking out from Eli Praska 2 times now. But the leadoff man, Bristol Swanson, up to bat for the Vikings, and the bases loaded. He takes that one at the top of the strike zone for a strike. It's now 0-1 to him. Swanson struck out in the first and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Sawyer Olson coming off second base. It's going to be Jaden Dingo Rude who's going to go in. He's going to be a pinch runner. I assume Sawyer Olson will be going down to the pen. So Jaden Rude going to run for him so Sawyer Olson can get warmed up. This ball's taken low and outside. You can keep your eye on things out there, Mike, but I would guess that Sawyer Olson will be next in line on the mound.
And he's heading out there right now.
Here's the 1-1. Ball outside to Bristol Swanson. So if you're wondering, again, this is pitch 92 for Eli Praska coming. He can get to 95, and Jet Johnson has 85. Strike, delayed strike call from home plate ump Bryce Whipple, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bristol Swanson.
Nobody in Valley City's pen.
Here's the 2-2. Strike 3, and Bristol Swanson. Boy, you certainly would like to see some more aggressiveness from your leadoff man. If you're a Valley City King fan, that is a huge strikeout from Eli Praska. We talked about this with the Vikings multiple times. And Coach Hansen going to make a move here as maybe our pitch count was off, but I have 93 pitches, so an interesting decision here as there was back-to-back strikeouts, Everett Anderson and Bristol Swanson. And Valley City with, I was going to say, a huge opportunity to sneak out of that. If they only allow 1 run in this inning, Mike, that's huge for Valley City.
And absolutely. And you'd like to see the batters take a hack and get that ball in play. The infield was playing way in, as we showed. They were playing 60 to 70 feet away from home plate, and a ground ball, like in all likelihood, is going to sneak through that infield because the infielders are going to have a difficult time reacting.
Well, we know one thing's going to happen, and that's going to be now number 19 is going to move to the mound. It's Amari Ronsberg. We'll tell you what else happens when we come back. We'll be back in about 30 seconds to a minute for more baseball action.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
All right, big moment in this game is Cam Kittleson going to bat with 2 outs and the bases juiced. We think we've got all the positions squared away. We'll call those out here in just a second as that ball is going to hit. Sorry, that was Beckett Westby. My fault. Beckett Westby gets a RBI hit by pitch there. Beckett Westby, 1 pitch and 1 RBI, as that's going to drive in Jagger Jordheim. Jaden Dingo Rude going to go to third, and Briar Gibbon going to go to second. It is Amari Ronsberg on the mound. Beck Dietrich has moved to first base, as this is going to be a ball taken outside. Second baseman will be Eli Praska. So Ronsberg going to come to the mound. Eli Praska going to leave the mound to go to second. Lincoln Berg going to come out of the game, and Beck Dietrich going to go to first base. Bases loaded here for Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson walked in the first and struck out in the third. 2 runs in here for the Vikings as Amari Ronsberg working with the bases juice in a 1-1 count. Strike beautifully placed. And Jet Johnson now works against a 1-2 count. Here's the windup and the delivery. Ball high.
Beckett Westby gets that RBI, but I think he would rather have driven that ball into the outfield and got a couple bases or a couple runs knocked in instead of taking one off the shoulder blades. That looked painful.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Chopped to the right side. Can the first baseman handle it? It hits him in the knees, but he's able to recover and barely get to first. He beats Jet Johnson by about a step, and it's a very nice 3U put out by Beck Dietrich, who just came into the game. So the baseball gods shine on Beck Dietrich, and he says thank you very much. He fields that, steps on first, and that ends things here in the fourth. The Vikings, however, do get 2 runs on no hits. They leave 3 men on base. There was 1 Valley City error, and after 4 complete, it's a new score, Vikings 3 and Valley City 1.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a heavy, what's the word I'm looking for? A heavy slate of baseball games here this week.
I thought you were talking about the air.
Yeah, heavy air as well. Very heavy air. 80% humidity, or depending on the opinions of others, a 280% humidity. The Vikings play host today to Valley City and Babe Ruth baseball action. Tomorrow, the Vikings Legion B play host to Bismarck at noon. Wednesday, it's the Legion B who continue to play host, this time at 5:30 versus Jamestown. And then Thursday, the Vikings play host to the Castleton 14s in Babe Ruth baseball action. Up to bat is Amari Ronsberg. He hits this one to the right side, and that ball is out of play and not able to be caught by Everett Anderson. It's Amari Ronsberg, Garrett Govan, and Christian Modlin who will bat, 4, 5, 6 hitters. In addition to that, the Legion A travels to Devils Lake tomorrow for a 5:30 doubleheader at Devils Lake, and then come back on Wednesday to take on HCV in Hillsboro at 3 o'clock. Lots of baseball action. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Amari Ronsberg. He struck out in the first, grounded out to short in the third, but picked up an RBI. The only RBI of the game for Valley City as he drove in Rolfsema. No balls, 2 strikes. Jet Johnson in his 5th inning of work here. It's a foul ball to the third base coach. I believe that's Ross Berg, not TJ Hansen. That is TJ Hansen. TJ Hansen. I'm glad the Icewind Brewery patrons that were there on June 22nd, Samantha and Paul Quislen, knew what they were talking about there. As Jet Johnson knew what he was doing on that pitch, it was a beautifully placed pitch, picking up a strikeout of Amari Ronsberg. It's strikeout number 10 from Jet Johnson.
Andy Westby is also up in the press box. He was also at Icewind Brewery.
Yes, and I'm sure he wants everybody to know that. Like Paul Quislen and Samantha Almaris wanted everybody to know. It was a great time, and if you haven't gone to Icewind, go there today or tomorrow because you can round up your tab as Kindred Youth Baseball's Charity of the Month. Here's the 0-1, taken low. That's pitch number 91 from Jet Johnson. Garrett Govan up to bat. He singled in the second and struck out in the third. This ball hit to the shortstop, Bristol Swanson, and a big play for Bristol Swanson. I'll tell you why in a second. It's a 6-3 putout. Bristol throws on to Everett Anderson, and because he made that play, Jet Johnson could get out of the fifth inning here in a very clean inning of work, and the Vikings will not have to go to the bullpen until the sixth.
It's possible he could get out of this and start the sixth inning.
He very well could, as it's Christian Maudlin who takes a ball outside. So that story will be told based on this pitch right here. This is pitch number 94. And it's swung on, and it's a single out to left field. Going to fall just inside the fair foul line, and Maudlin going to race for two. He's going to have a stand-up double there. And Maudlin going to get a double, and that's going to bring up Beck Dietrich. But before that happens, it's going to be courtesy runner coming in. Going to have to be a new courtesy runner, as Kaysen Zimba was courtesy running and is now out in right field. It's going to be Braden Schultz. Braden Schultz going to be doing the courtesy running. So Braden Schultz, now the courtesy runner for Maudlin. Maudlin been on all three times, reached on an air, walked, and now has a double. And Beck Dietrich in his first at-bat of the game. It's a strike. Pitch number 95 from Jet Johnson. So this is his final batter, and the Vikings would love for it to be the end of this inning. Ball taken high. It's 1-1 to Beck Dietrich. Dietrich batting for Lincoln Berg. He came in to play first base. And now as his first at-bat, he swings and pops this one out to the outfield. The right fielder, Evan Olschlager, has a beat on it, and he makes the catch. It's an F9 inning-ending flyout after Valley City had one man on one hit. The Vikings had no errors, and there were no Valley City King runs scored. So after 4.5 innings of play, Jet Johnson will come out of the game, but we will move to the bottom of the fifth, where it's the Vikings 3 and the Kings 1.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back. The Vikings will send to the plate their 4, 5, 6 hitters on the bottom of the fifth. Cam Kittleson, Evan Olschlager, and Jagger Jordheim. But that'll be the end of the day for Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson going to end his line with 5 innings pitched. He gave up 1 earned run and 1 run. The 1 run was earned. He gave up 3 hits, walked 4, but struck out 10. He had to work through 3 Kindred Viking errors and did so very nicely, as Valley City ended up unofficially leaving at least 9 guys on base in those 5 innings. So Jet Johnson worked through a lot of traffic and did so nicely. He certainly put his team in position to win this game. Vikings now will go back after the new pitcher, Amari Ronsberg. New as in he has faced 2 batters. He came in to face Beckett Westby in the last inning. Ball taken by the 4-hitter Cam Kittleson. And here's the 1-0. Strike. Little off speed by Ronsberg in the outside corner to Cam Kittleson. Moves the count even to 1 ball, 1 strike. Amari Ronsberg shaking off Maudlin a few times, and now he gets what he wants. Fastball, high and out. Kittleson thought about it, but chose wisely not to go after that. Moves count to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Kittleson. Ball low, moves it to 3-1. It was an interesting decision by Valley City. There was 93 pitches for Eli Praska. They must have saw something in the sense that they wanted Praska to come out of the game. And Beckett Westby had struck out twice to Praska. This ball is going to miss and be a walk to Kittleson. Westby then stood in the box with the bases loaded and got smoked by a pitch. Westby certainly a fantastic hitter, hitting .519 on the year. He picked up his 9th RBI by taking that one in the back. Now batting will be Evan Olschlager. Cam Kittleson on first with tremendous speed. No doubt will be stealing here. Nope, he can't because it's a pickoff attempt. He dives back safely. Christian Maudlin has a very good arm behind the plate. He's thrown out a runner here today. So if he can locate it, could be a play. A nice slide step there as Kittleson takes off, and that ball is off the mark again out in the center field, but the center fielder there backing up nicely. First pitch, stolen base for Cam Kittleson. Strike taken by Evan Olschlager. Olschlager walked and scored in the second. Walked and scored in the fourth. He has 2 of the 3 runs for the Vikings. Big lead by Kittleson as Ronsberg didn't like it and stepped off. Now he's locked up on the mound here. I don't know what he's doing. He sets, and now the bunt is shown. It's bunted straight back, and it's 0-2. Looked like Evan maybe chased the ball there. Nonetheless, he wasn't able to get it down. Jagger Jordheim waits on deck. It's 0 balls, 2 strikes. Kittleson with a nice lead. Ronsberg looks him back and then throws a ball high. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You ever make a batter bunt with 2 strikes?
Yes. Oh, yeah. A lot of philosophy on that is that, you know, the batter has a better chance of bunting the ball than they do swinging like that through a ball, right? So you tried to bunt, you might as well try a 3rd time because you've already had 2 attempts at it. You have better percentages of bunting that fair than in some situations putting the ball in play.
I think it depends on who the hitter is.
Absolutely does. Jagger Jordheim up to bat now as Ronsberg picks up his first strikeout. Another ball chopped up the middle by Jordheim, and that one thrown to the shortstop, and Jordheim going to beat that out. The lefty Jagger Jordheim slapped that ball to the left side. The ball came up on Cleveguard. He did a really nice job at short of sticking with that high hop, but with the hustling Jagger Jordheim, he's going to earn an infield single. And Cam Kittleson's going to move over to third base. It's going to bring up Sawyer Olson, who re-entered. Jordheim on first. He's going to take off for second. Throws looked like it was going to go to third, but Maudlin dropped it. And it's going to fall harmlessly to the ground as Jordheim is going to pick up a stolen base at second. Jordheim 2 for 3 on the day with a stolen base RBI and runs scored. Here's a swing and a miss from Sawyer Olson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Olsen wanting to put this ball in play. Ronsberg wanting to strike him out. Huge lead by Jordheim. This one off the glove, and Kittleson going to take a crack at it. Kittleson going to slide in, and that's safe as it goes over the head. Here comes Jordheim. Jordheim going to be coming in. He never slowed down at third. He kept going, and it's going to be a 2-run. Boy, that's an error, correct? E2?
Yes.
On the throw from the catcher to the pitcher.
Yes.
So it's going to be a wild pitch that scores Cam Kittleson. Wild pitch or pass ball? Boy, that catcher went up for it, and it hit his glove.
On that one, I think it's reasonable to call that a wild pitch, even though it hit off the catcher's glove. But
2 balls, 1 strike here to Sawyer. He takes that up. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. So we'll call it a wild pitch that scores Cam. And then the throw from Maudlin to Ronsberg gets by Ronsberg, and Jordheim with fantastic hustle from second base rounded third and scored. Olsen draws a walk, and it'll bring up Briar Gibbon. Go ahead.
I think you reserve a pass ball for a ball that the catcher should ordinarily handle, because that's scored similar to an error. It's not credited as an error, but when you give a pass ball to the catcher, it's a ball that he should have absolutely caught with ordinary effort.
Here's a ball taken inside and high to Briar Gibbon. 2 runs across here for the Vikings. Vikings still only have 2 hits on the day, both of them from Jagger Jordheim, and neither one got out of the infield. 5-1 here. Sawyer Olsen on first. Strike taken by Briar Gibbon. Gibbon has reached both times, walked and walked. Has an RBI because he walked in a run in the 4th. Here's the 1-1. Ball outside. Briar the 8-hitter, then Everett Anderson 9. 2 balls, 1 strike. Amari Ronsberg got an out in the 4th to end things. Has an out here in the 5th. Here's the 2-1 as Sawyer Olsen takes off. Gibbon swings and chops that one foul. And it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Gibbon 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Amari Ronsberg was playing was playing first base. Now the pitcher steps off and throws to first, but Sawyer Olsen dives back safely. High humidity here in Kindred. Here's 2-2. Sawyer Olsen stays put, ball low and outside. Nice job by Christian Maudlin. Maudlin, no doubt, feeling the heat in this hot, humid day. Here's the 3-2. This ball hit high out to center field. Center fielder has a beat on it. That's Garrett Govan. Garrett Govan opens the glove and catches that. It's going to be an F8 put out in center field. And bring up Everett Anderson. Anderson has struck out both times, once in the 2nd and once in the 4th. He's going to bat with Sawyer Olsen on first base. Here's the set from Amari. It's a ball taken high. Some light rain starting to sprinkle down here in Kindred. This will be pitch number 29 from Amari Ronsberg. Kindred avoided much. Here's the ball. That pickoff attempt gets by first baseman Beck Dietrich, but not far enough for Olsen to take off. Kindred has not gotten a lot of rain in any of the rainstorms throughout the year. Can't imagine they're going to get hit too big here. Here's another swing and a swing and a foul ball by Everett Anderson. It's the first strike of his at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. I had him confused for Briar Gibbon there for a second. Amari Ronsberg checks the runner and delivers. way to the backstop. Sawyer Olson read that, and he was off to second. No problem. So Sawyer Olson going to reach on second base on the wild pitch. And I think we're going to have a delay. Wondering if it's Thunder. So we're going to have a delay here. Teams are going to be called off the field as there is thunder in the area. And not because of the rain, but there's some crackling going on up top. So we're going to take a delay here, and we'll give you an update on what exactly is happening. Where we stand right now is we are in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Vikings lead Valley City 5-1 with 2 outs. This game will continue either today or another day, but it will pick up where it's left off. We'll have more details for you when we come back.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
All right, fans, we're officially in a weather delay. We'll say that it started at 7:33, and a delay mostly because of thunder in the area, but the rain picking up a little bit here, as nothing too major when it comes to rain, but certainly the thunder enough to delay things a little bit. Small cell coming through, so everybody is very optimistic that the game will continue on. Just a matter of how long we're going to be in a delay. Once again, 7:33 is when the delay began. And we'll hope to be playing baseball. We're optimistic. We'll hope to be playing by 8 o'clock. Rain picking up a little bit here. As when we continue, again, if worse comes to worse and this game is not able to continue, it will be made up. And it will pick up where we're left off right now, which is in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Vikings leading Valley City 5-1. Everett Anderson, the 9-hitter, up to bat with a runner on second in Sawyer Olson. Everett Anderson has a 2-1 pitch, and he is facing Amari Ronsberg. Ronsberg with 30 pitches under his belt. That's where we will pick up. We're going to step away, and we'll give you some updates from here and there, but we're going to take a long break here, and we'll be sure to be back on the air when the rain delay is lifted, giving you plenty of time to watch some more District 7 Babe Ruth baseball action. Stay tuned. We'll be back when the rain delay is over.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting set back up here. It was short and sweet, shorter and sweeter than we thought. Not even going to be a 10-minute delay as all systems appear to be a go. Once again, we are going to be back at it and ready to pick up right where we left off. Vikings lead Valley City 5-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Everett Anderson going to come to the plate with a 2-ball, 1-strike count as there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth and Sawyer Olson on second base. It was a small system and it has passed right on by now. No more rain, no more thunder, and we're ready to rock and roll here as the next pitch going to be coming here probably at about 7:42. Bryce Whipple does his final fine-tuning. And 7:42 going to mean that this is only a 9-minute break. Only a 9-minute rain delay. And here is going to be the 2-1 pitch from Amari Ronsberg. It's a ball taken up high. Sawyer Olson on second. Probably a safe prediction is that he will, after this, head to the mound as Jet Johnson cannot continue in this game on the mound. He has reached the pitch limit. Everett Anderson just saw ball 4, and that's the pitch limit for the amount of balls before you get a free base. So Everett Anderson, the 9-hitter, going to be on first. The 7-hitter, Sawyer Olson, on second. And the leadoff man, Bristol Swanson, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, comes to the plate. There's a strike taken. Bristol Swanson has only struck out 2 times all year and struck out twice here today. He's also been hit by a pitch and stole a base. He's open to do some damage here as it's the 0-1 pitch taken outside. It's now going to be 1-1. Amari Ronsberg came in the 4th with 2 outs and the bases loaded. He hit the first guy he saw and then he worked an out, so limited the damage. And this ball chopped off of Bristol's foot as he hobbles a bit. But Amari Ronsberg already thrown 35 pitches. And in his stat line, it would read that that's just one. Boy, I don't know how they are being generous with balks tonight because I don't know how that is not a balk. But in any case, it's a swing and a fall back. He went into the full and then started the full and then realized not, and then he stepped and tripped. And
I think it was so obvious that it just kind of like, did I just see what that's not what well, never mind, it's too late.
Here's the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs to Bristol. Bristol chops this one to the left side. It's going to be a tough play for the shortstop and third baseman. Third baseman did a really nice job there of hustling back to that play. It's Brecken Thornton who hustles back and retires Bristol Swanson on the F5. So the Vikings pick up 2 more runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. They do so on one hit. They leave 2 men on base, and there was one Valley City error. And we have a new score after 5. It's the Vikings 5 and the Valley City Kings 1.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we head into the top of the 6th inning. Kindred Vikings lead the score by a score of 5-1 over the Valley City Kings. We'll have a new pitcher, Sawyer Olson. Big, tall right-hander will come on to pitch. Cam Kittleson moves from the catcher position over to third base. Looks like we'll have a new catcher as well, Briar Gibbon. Will come in to catch. And again, Kindred Vikings lead this one by a score of 5-1. It's 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Valley City Kings. Kindred Vikings with 5 runs on 2 hits and 3 errors. And to tell you all about the new changes, here's Josh Almaris.
Yeah, it looks like Jet Johnson went from pitcher to center. Anders Huseman going to be out of the game, which means Briar Gibbon, the designated hitter, is now into the game. So they're going to get rid of the DH, but Briar Gibbon going to be a catcher. So Anders Huseman was getting DH'd by Briar Gibbon. Briar Gibbon going to stay in the game, but he's going to move to catcher. The catcher was Cam Kittleson. He's going to go to third base. The third baseman was Sawyer Olson, and he is now on the mound for the Vikings. So Sawyer Olson going to be the new pitcher. His new battery mate is Briar Gibbon, and he's going to be tasked with the 8-9 one-hitters, Brecken Thornton, Kaysen Zimba, and Eli Praska of Valley City. So first pitch is coming from the tall right-hander, Sawyer Olson. He throws a strike past Brecken Thornton. And Brecken Thornton swings and misses. It's 0-1. Thornton had a very nice at-bat on the second, a 9, 10, or 11 pitch walk. He swings and misses there. Then he struck out in the third, and he's in a hole right now. It's 0-2. Sawyer Olson wears number 44. Once again, he was playing third. Here's the 0-2 curveball, and that's hit to Bristol Swanson at short, who calls for it, makes the catch, and it's an F6. So Brecken Thornton puts that in play, but right at Bristol Swanson. And now it's Kaysen Zimba who's going to come to the plate. This will be Zimba's first at bat of the game, as he came in for Camden Larson. And he takes a ball low. Kaysen Zimba started on the bench, did some courtesy running, then went out to right field. And now this is his first at bat of the game. He's in the 9 hole. 1-0. Here's a swing and a foul ball straight back. Moves the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. 37 pitches in the books for Amari Ronsberg, and officially 1 1/3 innings. Sawyer Olson, this is his first inning of work, and he gets a swing and a foul ball off the bat of Kaysen Zimba. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zimba as Sawyer Olson sets, looks in, and delivers. Ball nowhere close. Goes to the backstop. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vikings scored 1 in the second. Valley City immediately answered in the top of the third. Then the Vikings in the bottom of the fourth and bottom of the fifth scored 2 each, getting us to 5-1. There's a strike called on the outside corner, and it's going to catch Case and Zimba looking. Sawyer Olson picks up his first strikeout. Second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the leadoff man, Eli Praska. Eli Praska, the batter, he's the leadoff man, 0 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and 2 strikeouts. He fouls that one out of play. And immediately Sawyer Olson is up 0-1. A light little rain out there. Mike, what would you say? 1/10 of an inch or a trace?
Trace to a 10th.
Trace
How does that
to
sound?
a 10th, okay. Another foul ball off the netting. And it's 0-2. Sawyer Olson gets a ball, checks it to see what its dryness level is. He's okay with it. But Whipple had to reload. Bryce Whipple, the home plate ump, calls the ball into play. And here we are with the 0-2 with 2 outs here. Ball outside. Eli Praska pitched a nice game, but due to throwing too many pitches was taken out. He's going to get called on a, he's caught looking here, and that's going to be a called third strike that ends things here in the top of the 6th inning. The Valley City Kings get no runs on no hits, leave nobody on base, and there were no Viking errors. The score remains Kindred 5, Valley City 1.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
No, 20.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Kindred Vikings coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. They have a lead of 5-1 over the Valley City Kings.
We have some defensive changes here we're trying to get squared away. All we can tell right now is that, yeah, okay, so number 16, Braden Schultz in the game. Must have came straight in for Christian Modlin. So Braden Schultz, the new catcher, is, you can trust Mike and I that it is hot and humid, and Modlin gets a well-deserved break, is lifted for Braden Schultz. So both starting catchers out of the game right now, as well as Cam Kittleson was catching, and now it's Briar Gibbon. And Valley City side, it was Christian Modlin, and now it's Braden Schultz. Modlin out of the game, and it's Braden Schultz back there. Where's number 16? 1 ball, 1 strike. Ronsberg agrees with the pitch and begins the full. It's a strike taken on the low outside corner. Beckett Westby up to bat. He'll be followed by Jet Johnson and Cam Kittleson. It's the 2-3-4 hitters. Westby ready for the 1-2. Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I talked about Swanson only striking out 2 times this year. Beckett was the same. Both those guys have struck out twice. But Westby had a hit by pitch and an RBI, and there's a 3rd strikeout from Westby. He goes down looking, and it's 1 up, 1 down. Jet Johnson now going to come to the plate, then Cam Kittleson. Pitcher couldn't see the ball, as the sun does get nasty out there.
It was off camera, so we were chuckling, but the pitcher just threw a little lob ball back to the pitcher, but it was directly into the sun, hit him right in the chest.
Yeah, I think that was his first baseman that tossed it over to him, Beck Dietrich. This ball chopped to the left side, and the third baseman not able to do anything with it. He picks it up and throws it off the mark, but Jet Johnson going to reach on an E5. As Brecken Thornton came in on that ball, wasn't able to field it clean, picked it up, still tried to get Jet Johnson, but Jet was jetting down to first and was going to get there as Cam Kittleson now going to bat. The heat has taken a lot out of the kids, I think. It looks like energy levels are running a little bit low. The first really truly hot, humid day of the summer. It hasn't been a summer of, high heat and humidity. And Jet Johnson going to dive back to first. The ball gets away from the first baseman, and Jet Johnson now going to run to second. Throws going to second, but not in time as Jet Johnson going to slide in safely. So I will call that an E1. Moving Jet Johnson to second base. Cam Kittleson now has a runner in scoring position. Cam Kittleson grounded out to second, grounded out to first, and walked and scored in the first, third, and fifth respectively. He now bats with a runner in scoring position. And this ball gets away from the catcher. That's going to be a pass ball, but if he can throw out the runner, which he did, it all goes for naught. So a great recovery by the catcher, Braden Schultz. Braden Schultz new into the game. He threw that quickly down to Brecken Thornton and caught Jet Johnson trying to get greedy at third. A very nice throw at third base. Boy, I thought Jet Johnson was going to get there, and Schultz did a great job of hustling after that and throwing a strike over to third. Kittleson called strike. He agrees with it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the full windup. Ball 3 to Kittleson. Amari Ronsberg. Tall right-hander for Valley City. Agrees with the pitch, begins his windup, and it's a ball taken outside. Kittleson will draw a walk. And it's a 2-out walk to Kittleson. Kittleson did walk in the 5th. He stole second. And then eventually scored on a wild pitch. That wild pitch also resulted in, as the play was made at home, it going out to the right side, and Jagger Jordan scored as well. Here's a Kittleson went to steal second. He's going to get in there safely. But the throw by Schultz looked to beat Kittleson. It's just that second baseman Eli Praska couldn't hang on to that ball, and therefore Cam Kittleson called safe at second. So Kittleson goes to second. He was stealing second. Ball beat him, but because the ball wasn't held on to, he's going to be called safe. 1 ball, no strikes here. And Evan Olschlager going to bat with a runner in scoring position. Ball's taken low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Olschlager walked 2 times and scored both those times. He also struck out. This ball goes to the backstop, and Kittleson easily able to get to third there as he stands 90 feet away from giving the Vikings their 6th run.
Well, second base has gotten a lot of work tonight, a lot of dirt on top of second base. Now the second baseman kicking the dirt off. I couldn't see where second base was. I just saw a mound of dirt. He unburied it a little bit, so we see a little bit of white.
Here's the 3-0 to Evan. Ball outside, and Evan going to earn a 4-pitch walk. The dirt, just like the air, sticking around. Heavy and not wanting to leave. It's enjoying second base, that dirt. Even after Eli Praska did his best to clean that base off. Olschlager takes out for second. That goes to the backside. Kittleson going to come home again. There's going to be no play on him at home. And Kittleson alertly dives in on a wild pitch. Going to be a stolen base for Olschlager. He was taking off for second. And so Olschlager at second now with Jager Jordheim up to bat. Jordheim does have 2 singles. The only 2 singles for the Vikings have come off of Jager Jordheim's bat. Here he chops one to the right side, and the second baseman fields that and throws on to first for a 4-3 putout. It's going to be Praska who throws on to Dietrich. It ends things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Vikings do, however, pick up one more run on 2 King errors and no hits. They leave 1 on base, and we have a new score going to the top of the 7th. Valley City needs 5 to keep this going. It's Kindred 6, Valley City 1.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
All right, we go to the top of the 7th. Valley City needs 5 to keep this game alive. They're going to have to face and beat Sawyer Olson. He's going to face Riley Rolfsema, Tegan Cleveguard, and Amari Ronsberg, the 2-3-4 hitters, as Rolfsema is going to take a strike there. And quickly, Sawyer Olson is up 0-1. Once again, 2-3-4 hitters. Riley Rolfsema reached on an error. He had a single, and then he flew out to second. He has hit everything to the right side in this game. He is the 2-hitter, left fielder, number 26. After following that off, he's in an 0-2 hole. We go to the top of the 7th here. Once again, Valley City comes into this game 14-4. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt by Briar Gibbon. Moves the count to 1-2. The Kindred Vikings are 10-2. These two teams have played already in a league game. Kindred bested Valley City then 16-6, and then won a non-league game 7-0. The odd part of that is that Valley City beat up on Castleton. This ball hit out to center field, and the center fielder, Jet Johnson, doesn't need to move a whole lot before he catches that. Weird thing about the Vikings beating Valley City is Valley City beat Castleton 10-4 in the league game. And then Castleton beat Kindred 11-1. So the top 3 have beat up on each other, and the Vikings look like they're in control of this one right now with a 5-run lead and 1 out in the top of the 7th. Tegan Cleveguard going to do everything he can to try and keep things going for his King team. He's 0 for 3, reached on an error, and struck out twice. That's a strike there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out now in the 7th. The District 7 tournament be held in Kindred this year. Kindred excited to be the hosts of the District 7 Babe Ruth tournament. Top team advances to state, which this year is in Watford City. All District 7 Babe Ruthers hoping to punch their ticket to Watford City so they can fight for a Class B State Babe Ruth Championship. Here's a ball taken outside. It'll move the count to 3 ball, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. This will be pitch number 21 for Sawyer. Again, the Vikings, Babe Ruth, are back in action on Thursday as they host the Castleton 14s at noon. Here's a swing and a pop fly to the right side. Everett Anderson over, he has room, and he makes the catch. It's an F3. Great job there of Sawyer Olson coming back and doing a nice job of working a 3-1 count, fly ball. And that'll bring up the last hope for Valley City. They're down to their last out. It's Amari Ronsberg. Ronsberg started this game at first, then came in to pitch. Came in the fourth with 2 outs and the bases loaded. And he has been the pitcher ever since. Takes a ball there, 1 ball, no strikes to Amari. Garrett Govan on deck if he should. Amari should advance the line. Pitch number 23 coming for number 44. Swung and hit out to center field, and that's to Jet Johnson. He goes back, and he turns and makes a beautiful catch out in center field, and it's 2 nice catches in center by Jet Johnson. That'll end things here in this game. Vikings are victorious. They defeat Valley City by a score of 6-1. We're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some of the awards we're excited to give away. We'll have the Enbridge Player of the Game that we will talk about. We will have the Precision Ag Play of the Game, and we will have the Halstead Telephone Company Connection of the Game. Come on back, and in about 2 minutes, we'll break this one down. See you then.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
All right, fans, welcome back to Kindred as we're going to do a quick wrap on this one. We're going to talk first about the Enbridge Player of the Game. Life takes energy. Enbridge is energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. The Enbridge Player of the Game going to be Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson is going to be the winning pitcher. He threw 5 innings of action and gave up just 1 earned run. He struck out 10, 3 hits. He had to wiggle around 3 errors and only walked 4. Jet Johnson certainly did enough to get his club the victory on the mound. Jet Johnson going to be the Enbridge Player of the Game. Congratulations to Jet Johnson, and thank you to Enbridge for sponsoring the Player of the Game. The connection to the game, sponsored by Halstead Telephone Company, going to go to another pitcher. This one, Sawyer Olson. We're going to call Sawyer Olson being on the mound in the 6th and 7th inning, the connection of the game. We want to thank Halstead Telephone Company. You can visit Halstead Telephone Company at halsteadtel.com. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. Sawyer Olson came in the 6th, faced the minimum, came back in the 7th, faced the minimum. 6 up, 6 down for the big right-hander, so congratulations to Sawyer Olson. He has the connection of the game. Everybody he faced, he got out. Fantastic job by Sawyer Olson. And the Precision Play of the Game, sponsored by Agassiz Precision Ag. Agassiz Precision Ag is your local precision planting dealer. They are located in Hillsboro, but you can call them at 701-436-2119 or visit them at planterdoc.com. Evan Olschlager in the bottom of the fourth came up to bat. He worked an 8-pitch at bat. I think he was down 0-2 in that specific at bat. He fouled some balls off. He ended up walking. He stole second, and he scored the second run for the Vikings. That was a big at bat because that second run is what the Vikings needed to win this game. They went on to Jagger Jordheim, scoring a run after that, and they continued in the fifth with 2 more, and in the 6th with another. So congratulations to Evan Olschlager for the play of the game. I want to give a shout out to Jagger Jordheim as well. He had a nice day at the plate, was 2 for 4. He had an RBI and a nice job by Jagger Jordheim. I will call him an honorable mention individual award winner. But what matters most for the Vikings is they pick up a big win against a District 7 foe. They defeat Valley City Kings by a score of 6-1, and they improve to a record of 11-2. Valley City's going to drop to 14-5. These guys, if you're looking for some more baseball action, are going to play another 5-inning game in just a little while. So come on out and watch that. We won't have that on your live event. Mike, I'm going to let you give your final thoughts on this, and I'm going to go drag the field. That sound like a deal?
Absolutely. Good game for both teams. The Kindred Vikings come out on top, and this is a big league game, and that wraps it up. Kindred Vikings win this one by a score of 5-1. For Wendy Bernier and Josh Almaris, this will end our broadcast for the evening. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.